Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, here's Owen with two Jews making food, social distancing, homeschooling edition of global insanity. Oh, this is Maya Griffin saying hello as we wait for a few people to join us. I assume everyone's out lying on the beach, and
Apparently.
I'm the only one social distancing. I'm in my
I feel
house.
that we've told enough people about this. Hello.
Hello. And no, you can't go out. You can't go out, so I don't know where you are. Do you see me? Did I come up on the live feed?
Oh, look at me. I'm on a little stand.
Yeah, girl.
That's so cute.
I got you.
I love that. Hey.
I got you,
Look at my
Amy.
kitchen.
Why you're so you're so cute.
Should I look at my computer or my phone?
Well, you should look at your phone.
Okay, that makes sense. I can see myself super tiny. Can I make myself bigger?
Can you make yourself bigger?
I don't think so. Well,
There's
that's unfortunate.
there's so many things we are trying to figure out here. Hey, did you do
I
it?
put myself in the top. Maybe this. Yeah. Oh, whatever. Hi guys.
I hope everyone can hear
It's
Amy.
so weird.
I turned up the volume and I pushed her nice and forward so you could see her.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna turn my sound on my computer and see
Okay.
if I'm talking loud enough or not.
Okay. We tried this earlier, but we just want to double check.
Yeah.
This has been very interesting trying to get this up and running. I have to say, Amy, it's not quite as fun without you here.
I know.
It's kind of like one and maybe a half quarter Jew cooking food.
Sometimes I'd like to be like a quarter Jew.
Quarter
Just in my
Jew.
weight. I gotta do it every time.
And me.
I think my sound is fine.
I mean, I can hear you at your house.
I'm muting it now. I was just checking. Well, I don't know. We have like two people on. How many people we got watching right now?
Oh, Tiasha's with us.
Of course.
Part of our
I think my
festive
head's cut off. What's that?
part of our festive cocktail is in honor of Riley, whose 8th birthday is today. Happy birthday, Riley.
So we're drinking a cocktail for an 8-year-old. Is what you're saying?
No, for everyone who has had a less than ideal birthday situation. There have been so many kids in our neighborhood who have had like drive-by parties where families get in the car and they drive by and wave through the window. There's people who come by and
So
honk.
sweet.
No, it is very sweet. It's very thoughtful. My heart goes out to those people who are not able to celebrate in the way that they
I
want
feel so
to.
bad for
I
them.
know, it's so awful. And
Kids who can't like have their graduations.
or I was even thinking like prom. There's so many things that kids are missing out on, and I just feel awfully sad that
Of course, my parents are calling right now. Shouldn't they know that we're on air right now?
your parents. I love them.
Can you still see me? Because they're calling me.
No.
Did
It says paused. Amy's on a pause, everyone. Oh, she's back.
I gotta call them on the phone and be like, "Don't call me."
Don't call me. Now it's also phone
We
distancing.
can always start with the Yiddish lesson of the day so that we get that out of the way and they don't call me again while we're on air. But I'm
Don't call me. All right, I can even move you closer. Can I?
Oh God.
Here we go. Here, I'm gonna put you right in the center.
I'm
Amy.
trying to figure out what the delay is, like live, because I'm watching it live, but also I'm talking and it's a little bit behind. I think it's about a 5-second delay, or
I believe that.
maybe 10 even. But
So I'm on the right
Yeah.
page, right, Amy? Because sometimes I go to post things and it's on my own page
yeah,
as opposed to
well,
the.
I was on the Two Jews page, so I think you're good.
Yeah, I figured it
Oh,
out.
you put me right in the middle there.
I did. I'm trying to make it so you're close so people can see you, but it's not like cut off.
Right.
I know
Gotcha.
this is making for a very, very interesting episode.
We are very high tech.
Ooh, I can just put you in the middle. I can talk over you.
Hooray! Hey, so do you want to start with? Well, should we first talk about Passover?
Let's do.
Okay, because
Now-
we always plan.
We are very well thought out builders of episodes. So Passover, I have to say, Passover is one of my favorite holidays. I really do enjoy the Passover story. I do enjoy the music that goes along with Passover in terms of like kids songs. Like when I was growing up, we always did seders with kids music. that we would sing? Do you have kids' music? Did you sing?
We sang, you know, like that one song.
You didn't sing one song?
What was that one? Like,
Frogs
oh,
here.
Dianu.
Oh, Dianu. That is always a crowd pleaser.
Ilu hotzi hotzi anu hotzi anu mi mitzrayim hotzi anu mi mitzrayim
Dianu. Yes, we sing that at our Passover, and it always gets everyone going. People really like that one.
Yeah.
Dianu. Sometimes we bring it back and sing it twice because it's such a success.
The other one is like there. No, that was a hymn. That was
One, the Pharaoh awoke in his bed. There were frogs on his head and frogs in his bed. Frogs on his nose and frogs on his toes. Frogs here, frogs there. Frogs are jumping everywhere. That was from the kids' version. Yes, exactly.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Most children also like that.
I like that one.
But we like the story of Passover. I think it's kind of an important story. And I like the lessons that go along with it. One of the parts that Matt, my husband, likes the best is when they finally do make it through. They part the seas and go across, and the Jews are very happy and they're excited that they made it and they're cheering. And then God gets mad and says, "How could you possibly be so happy when the Egyptians who followed them into the water and then the water closed on them and then they're all dead and drowning? How could you be so happy when somebody else is suffering?" And then they wandered, then he suffered, then they had to wander the desert, right? Isn't that how that?
Yes, for like 40 years, right?
For 40 years. For being so happy that other people died so that they could live on. God was mad.
I mean, listen, all you got to do is watch that movie, Prince of Egypt, and it's covered. So.
Prince of Egypt? What's Prince of Egypt?
Yeah, is it Disney? I think it's a Disney movie. It's all about the Jews and Pharaoh and the
Disney.
It's the story.
Disney made a movie about Jews?
Yes.
Oh.
Listen, it was until recently, I think, was run by a Jew. Well, maybe it still is. I don't know.
I have no
idea.
I didn't realize they made movies. I mean, it could be run by one, and they're not going to make movies about them.
Yeah, I don't know. But listen, the easiest thing to do is definitely to just watch Prince of Egypt.
I'm sorry.
Good, you know.
The girls are at it again. Hi, Dan. Hi, Deborah. I'm sorry. Are you seeing the comments, Amy? Can you see them?
I can actually.
Oh, good.
But they're behind. Like I'm seeing them because I'm looking at my laptop. So I see T has done some hearts. Deborah has joined and said sorry to be arriving late. So highlight of her month. Thanks, Deborah. Diana, all-time fave.
Piano bar Diana. I love that.
Diana, good idea, Deborah.
I love that idea.
That reminds me. I may as well do my shameless plug now. Right?
Please do. Please do.
Okay, I shall. So even though we're not like at work, I didn't do any makeup today because I've been so busy with my job just from home. So I'm
gonna try to move you a little closer.
So I'm au naturel for you guys today, which is it's fine. Last episode I felt that was a little bit too glammed up and it just was weird.
But you looked pretty. In fact, people commented that you looked pretty.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I felt good, but when I look back at pictures, I'm like, whoa, glamour shots.
Did you type in? Hold on. Did you type in your glamour shot for your 12th birthday or whatever it was?
I didn't. I didn't do that exercise yet.
Oh, we gotta get on
But
it.
the shameless plug for Southampton Arts Center, where I work, is that we are continuing to put out virtual programming, encouraging people to get creative in their downtime and find the beauty in their surroundings and paint, take photographs, draw, make a movie, write a poem, sing a song, write a song, and send either a photo or audio or video file to info@southamptoncenter.org. And I will post it on our social media. I've made a virtual exhibition on our YouTube channel, Southampton Arts Center. So check that out. There's a lot of fun content on there and featuring takeover artists spotlighted during the course of the week. So lots of things I've been working on for work. So do check out southamptonartscenter.org, Southampton Arts Center on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and email us at info@southamptoncenter.org if you have fun photos, videos, drawings, anything you've been working on that's been inspiring you during these strange times. So
it's for anyone. It's not just for children, right?
Anyone, but please, I'd like us to get more children doing things because we haven't had many. Next week I'm going to do a challenge to our people I'm going to send out an email that it's going to be send us photos of that. Ooh. So that'll be really fun.
I wish I could show you what Matt made with our yard clippings. It's actually kind of an amazing bird that is now...
Really?
Yes, it's an osprey and it has a nest. It's very large, but he made it, and it's actually really pretty, and it's very cool.
SAC Art Share.
I will do that.
SAC Art Share.
Hashtag SAC Art Share.
SAC Art Share. Okay, enough about me and Southampton Art Center.
Can you ever get enough? Oh, time for drinking. Yes. Yeah. So today I'm getting it. Hold on. So today's drink is brought to you. The idea that many people have not had the opportunity to celebrate in the way that they wanted to. And I always associate cake with celebrating. And so for people who have missed out on their birthdays, or for people who have missed out on, I don't know, parties of any kind, you know, celebration like baby showers. I mean, there's so much stuff going on that people are really mourning the loss of during these times. And I feel awful. I've missed out on a good number of vacations, and I know there are plenty of people who are in that same boat, and we just have to stay put and keep people safe. So today I'm going to make something, it's called a cake shot. And at this point, random drinks have kind of worn off after, I want to say this is like week 3 or 4 for us, 5. We've been in captivity forever because we actually had the coronavirus, and so we have been in the house for a very long time.
You guys had corona.
We had corona. Tested.
I know this, but that's crazy.
Yeah, tested positive. Like, we actually got a test, and we have recovered. We are now on the other side of that. Yay! Because it was uncomfortable. So, and it gave me a pretty good understanding of why it's so worrisome for older people and young people to get it, or people who have underlying conditions. So to celebrate all the people who, yes. What are you doing, Amy?
What's that?
You're washing things?
I am.
Already? You're already washing it? All right. So this drink I actually used to serve all the time back in a bar. Waste. Haste makes waste. Haste makes waste. This is true. So I just use random vodka. Some people use vanilla vodka. Some people actually use like citron, absolute citron. I just use regular vodka. I don't think I need the flavor ones, but if that's what you got and that's what you like, then go ahead and use it. And I basically fill it up about halfway with vodka. Amy, what do you have over at your house? What are you having? What are you having to drink at your house?
Oh, so I married into a very Irish family. Mm-hmm. So we always have a variety of Baileys laying around.
Very nice.
My mother-in-law found this massive bottle of Brady's.
What is that?
Very large. This is an Irish cream. So, you know.
That sounds like festive brunch.
The in-laws, and I just poured a glass of Irish cream because, you know, I'll wait for you, but I won't drink it yet.
I love that. Okay, so then I also have Frangelico. It just happens to be that that's what I had in the house. But any kind of like hazelnut will work. And then you just pour that half in.
And I love Frangelico.
I do too. It's so good.
But
now,
I don't have any.
You don't have any. Well, I have 2, so you're welcome to one of mine.
I'm going to take it.
So now the trick to this is the lemon. You have to get a lemon wedge and you put sugar on it. Now, how you do this shot, and again, this is called a cake shot, or a birthday cake shot, or a celebration shot, whatever. We used to do these all the time in the bar when someone would be coming in for a bachelorette party, or even a bachelor party if they like to be festive, or birthday parties, or divorce parties. It really kind of ran the gamut, and everybody likes cake. So you go ahead and you suck on the lime with the sugar, and then you shoot this all together, and it tastes exactly like cake. And I'm not lying. You're like,
doesn't like cake?
Who?
Mo Willems. He's an illustrator, and then you can watch him do instruction on the Kennedy Center.
Yeah, we have.
YouTube.
We have watched him.
Fun.
Why doesn't he like cake?
I learned he doesn't like cake.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, that's disappointing.
Just thought I'd point that out.
All right, so Amy, you got your drink?
Yeah.
All right, girl, come on.
Hold on.
And because a regular cocktail will not do at this point in the coronavirus.
I got something blocking my screen. Okay.
You ready?
Ready? I can't see you, but I'm going to toast to you.
Hi, Amy.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. So you do
Cheers.
this? Oh my God.
Baileys. Fake Baileys.
No, these cake shots are so stupid good. They are ridiculous. They're so yummy. And they're not like a big, sometimes people will be like, let me offer you this like festive shot, and it has like blue curacao or something really gross in it that gives you a headache the next morning.
Artificial stuff.
Yeah, no, I always hate. I'm like, no thanks. Like, this is pure like alcohol. There's not any weird mixers in it, and it's so good. And it tastes like cake, so which is ideal.
Well, I love cake.
I love cake. All right, let's get to mandel bread, Amy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I've just been preparing my various ingredients. I've been trying to get half a teaspoon of salt for like 10 minutes, but this thing is super slow.
Half a teaspoon of salt.
I'm gonna do it. Okay.
For 20 minutes.
So I have been, Rebecca and I, as you know, approach things in a very different way. I don't have kids, so I tend to do things a little more complicated because I'm fussy that way.
She likes it fancy.
I like it
fancy.
You know, here, I don't have kids, but I have to point this out because it's so stinking cute right now. Hold on, I'm going to take you on a trip.
Hi, Bob.
I'm gonna reverse this because it's so cute. Because my babies are sleeping on the couch right now.
Oh, my babies are not. My babies are watching YouTube videos.
That's right.
Hi, Adam.
Hiya.
Oh, hi, sweet babies.
I don't know where Mel went. He must be over on the other side of the room. Anyway, there's another one hiding somewhere. Oh, he's outside on the deck. There he is. Hi, Mel.
Hi.
All right, back on me.
Back on you.
Oop, I tried. Hold on. Flip it.
You're gonna get there.
I don't want y'all to see my house is such a mess. There we are. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Back to the kitchen. Okay. So, mandel bread.
Mandel bread.
So
Get to
yes,
it.
Rebecca's apparently does hers in all, like is often the case with what Rebecca does, which nothing wrong with this, just not the way I do it. She does it all in one bowl at one time and bing, bang, boom, done.
Yes.
Mine is a little bit more complicated, but not complicated at all. It's still super easy.
Mandel bread is actually, now here's the trick to Passover mandel bread is sometimes when you eat like Passover sweets, you bite into it and it's kind of like a brick of food. Do you find that?
Yeah.
Like you eat it, it's really, really, really heavy because of the part of it's the like the matzah meal, the matzah flour. It makes things really dense. Like it's not. I mean, it's moist in a way. But it's like you're eating, like it's really hearty. The word hearty is probably the best way to describe it. And
it's rich and dense. Well, mine is.
I mean, when you bite into it, you're really eating. And you're going to really chew that food. And that's part of the trouble with Passover food is that it's kind of hearty, but it's also really tasty. The nice thing about my recipe is that I've added a couple of ingredients that keeps it so it's not quite so much of the matzah flour. It makes it a little bit lighter, so when you eat it, you actually think that you're eating a regular dessert. In mine, unfortunately, I can't have Amy's. She's gonna have to make it for me after this is over.
Mine is kind of like a massive chocolate chip cookie. Hi, Adam. This is iconic. Thanks. Mine's like a big chocolate chip cookie meets cake. It's I have it. I like it to be slightly underdone,
Me too.
so that the center is like soft. Mm-hmm. I do not want it to be like a biscotti, which people think it looks like one, but it doesn't taste like it. It doesn't have anything to do with the biscotti except for the shape.
Yes.
And the way
and some people, it can be made that way. That's what the double bake is for. Usually, once this is done baking, you take it out, cut it up, and you can put it back in the oven for like another 5 to 7 minutes if you want it to be crispier or more well done. But I personally do not. I don't ever do that.
No. Not okay.
That's crazy. I'd rather eat like raw cookie dough than an overdone cookie, in my opinion.
Right?
Or you go on and on.
It's 320 already. Well, I do have one in the oven. All right, so here's the deal. So I've got wet and dry ingredients for mine. Okay. I've got 2 sticks of butter, which I've kind of cubed. I've got 6 eggs.
Me too.
6 eggs.
So I'm putting my 6 eggs in too. So 6 eggs.
I've got 2 cups of sugar.
Me too. Similar recipe.
God, that's the wet part. Then I've got I did 2 3/4 cups matzah cake meal. 2 3/4. Okay. A 3/4 cup potato starch, and these are the things that you have to find in the Passover section because you won't find them otherwise.
Okay, so now here,
half a teaspoon of salt.
Here's where ours vary though. Is that I have 2 cups of sugar, 6 eggs, and the half a cup butter. Same. I have 3/4 of a cup of the potato starch, but I only used about 1.5 cups of the cake flour.
Really?
Because then I'm gonna add walnuts that I mushed the walnuts up. I cut it up really fine in the food processor earlier, and that's what keeps mine being not so dense. It tastes more like a real, like the way cookies taste in real life.
But that's, yeah. Well, then if you can't eat nuts, you can't have yours.
Yes, this is true. If you can't have walnuts, then you should go with Amy's.
If you can't have nuts,
If I can't have nuts,
bread, baby.
if I can't have nuts, oops, that's not what I want to do.
What?
Nothing. I'm fine. I'm fine.
So Deborah says,
Tell me, Deborah.
but then that's Mandelbrot? And some people say there's Mandelbread, but it's really Mandelbrot, B-R-O-T. But
Is that German?
But I don't know why it wouldn't be Mandelbread. It has all of the ingredients of Mandelbread. So.
Yes. The only thing so you can make my recipe. If you don't want to use the matzah cake flour, you can substitute the matzah cake flour for 2.5 cups of regular flour. If you're a regular person who does not want to make this Passover style.
I've seen recipes with it like that, and I'm perplexed by that, because Mandelbread should just be Passover Mandelbread.
Yeah, I think it's like a cookie of some sort. Because I can make my Mandelbread throughout the year. I'm just making it in the Passover style for now, which is when I use the matzah cake.
If I'm making it, it's always the Passover style. I don't care what time of year. It's like rosé. I'll drink it all year round.
Yeah, girl, commit. I like that.
So use it. You just put your dry ingredients in with your wet. You don't sift. I have to sift. So I am sifting my cake meal, my potato starch, and my salt. Sifting it to make it nice and fine, so that my Mandelbread is nice and smooth. So I am sifting away all of my dry ingredients.
Okay. Now I do not typically believe in sifting. I feel like sifting takes a long time, and I don't like doing it.
I think that was fast.
So what I do, because it makes
Look how nice it looks.
Yeah, but now I have to clean the sifter, which I don't want to do.
Yeah, I know.
So I have these little containers. And do you know what I do? I do this. And it loosens up all of the powder that's in there. You're just trying to create air in between the cake flour or the potato starch. So you do that, and then you measure it out. And then you can do it to the other one. And then you measure it out. And then I throw it in a bowl, and I whisk it together, and I think that that's good. Done.
All right. Well, I am now cracking my 6 eggs.
Yeah,
Not
girl.
directly into the mixer because I don't want any shells to get in. So, plus I have to add my eggs one at a time.
All right, I added all of mine at once. I put the butter in, and I'm going to turn on my food processor.
I did get a shell in there.
Amy. Hold on, Amy. I don't know if they can hear you. Boom. Okay, so I added everything in all at once. My butter was room temperature. I had actually left it out for several hours before. My eggs were also room temperature because I had put them out at the same time as the butter. So everything is nice and room temperature, and it creams together really nicely that way. So there is butter, there was eggs, and there was sugar. 2 cups of sugar that I put in. It's exactly the same as Amy's, right?
Yes.
So we did that.
I got my 6 eggs.
We did that the same.
2 sticks of butter. 2 cups of sugar.
Amy is throwing things around her house. I can hear it.
Yeah.
Can you hear her?
So
Like,
now
oh!
I'm gonna mix mine.
Mix yours, girl.
I gotta bring you over to my mixer.
So now here is where I have the potato starch and the matzah cake flour. And like I said, I shook the things up. I measured them in so it's the right amount, and then I just took a whisk. And then I whisked it up.
I didn't plan how to place my camera for this part. As always, I'm somewhat ill prepared. Okay, so
Whisking.
can you see my
Hold on. I'm gonna bring you closer to the people. There we go. Do it, Amy.
Okay. So I mixed my wet ingredients. 2 cups of sugar and 2 sticks of butter. I use salted for this. You can use unsalted, but I use salted. I know in baking, it's often unsalted. I don't care. So first I have to cream together the sugar and the butter. So So I'm going to do that while Rebecca's doing something else. It needs a couple minutes. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done creaming.
All right, so I already creamed my butter and sugar, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add all the dry ingredients in, which we talked about before. So mine is 3/4 of a cup of potato starch, and I put in about a cup and a little more than a half of the the matzo meal cake flour. Here we go. Now I do it in 2 batches.
I don't understand what Deborah's confused about. She says, the mandel bread forever confused. It's mandel bread. Deborah.
Well, my mandel bread can be made with regular flour. Like I said, you use the proportions if you're trying to change a recipe from a regular recipe to a Passover recipe is this. It's 5/8 of a cup of matzah cake flour to regular flour, which makes for a really, really annoying conversion that I was doing last night to make sure that I had the right amount. So it's not equal. You can't use equal, like 1 cup is not 1 cup. It will make a really, really dense dessert, and it like won't rise properly and things. So just make sure you're doing the conversions right. Mine can be made with regular flour. Like I said, it's 2.5 cups of regular flour if you want to make this outside of Passover. But for the Passover version, I use the matzah cake flour.
Deborah was saying something about, question mark, about twice baking it. I don't twice bake mine. I underbake.
I always underbake. I don't do twice bake.
So I'm still confused. Okay. The butter has been creamed with the sugar. I'm now going to add 1 egg at a time. They're all in here together, but I'm just going to slowly pour it. And let it kind of beat each egg.
I love your 1 egg at a time business. That's hilarious.
It's very important, Rebecca.
I put all 6 eggs in at the same time with the sugar and the butter.
I do what I'm told.
I love it. Ooh, this is good.
Mixing the eggs.
So now this recipe, my recipe, this is the only recipe I know.
Me too.
Like my mother, this is what she made. Yes, the recipe actually came from like a really good family friend like 25 years ago.
Yeah, that's the same as us.
She actually ran a bakery, or maybe perhaps still runs a bakery, I'm not exactly sure. She used to make knishes. And it was a delivery service that delivered knishes to everywhere, and the knishes were amazing. They were like my favorite thing on earth. When I think about them, it brings like happiness into my soul. They were so good. And knishes are amazing. Pardon?
Yeah, ours actually, I say it's a family recipe, but ours actually also came from a family friend many years ago, like probably 30 plus years ago. Mm-hmm. But it's the one we've always used. And I will tell you that Jews, Gentiles, Muslims, they all love
Everyone loves mandel bread. All right, so
sometimes they're like, I don't understand the flavor of the cake meal. And some people get weird about it, but you know what?
That's too bad for them. Okay, I added in my walnuts. So I had grated up the walnuts, so it's almost like a paste. It's basically bordering on like walnut butter because you've chopped it all up. I even wonder if you could use walnut butter, because back when I was growing up, they did not have that in the store, but I'm sure they have it in the store now.
I'm not sure I've seen walnut butter ever.
Ever? Really? Well, I gave it to my kids this afternoon for lunch, and they ate it and they liked it.
Walnut butter?
Yeah, girl. I made too much, and then I put it on bread and I gave it to them.
Oh, you made your own walnut butter?
Yeah, because I took whole walnuts and I used my food processor, the grater part, and I basically grated in the walnuts.
You're fancy.
Yeah. Bougie with my candy.
I think before I incorporate my dry ingredients in, which is super messy, should we call for our Yiddish lesson of the day?
Yes, call. Today we have a special guest.
Apparently my dad is talking to his accountant right now, which is so Jewish, by the way. Hold on, let me take this in. So my mom is going to go on speakerphone because he has the iPhone, and we want to do like double FaceTime because I'm on FaceTime with you. And then if I were on FaceTime with him, that would be a whole lot of complicated stuff, and I don't think I can handle it. So I'm going to call my mom, and she's going to give us the Yiddish lesson of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm calling.
Now, does your mom go by Bubby from her grandchildren?
No, she's Mima to the grandkids.
Mima, okay.
Which has become a common one. Tell me if you can hear her, by the way, when she gets on. Can you hear it ringing?
Yes.
You had a problem with your program.
What are you talking about?
Because it would only play so far, and I couldn't.
No, that was the preview. That was the preview, Mom.
I love Amy's parents.
Are you on it now?
Every time.
It's on now. Turn on your computer again. Oh, you
Every
did.
time. Every time.
Every time.
It's like it's endearing.
It stopped all over again.
No.
Wait, still on it?
Oh, I think I hear myself. That's hilarious.
It just starts over.
No, I think that's a testing one. Go. You have to click on the thing that says live. But I don't want to get into this now because we're live right now and it's working. Live.
We're live
Okay.
right now.
Click on live, but turn your
Yeah.
sound off. Otherwise, there's going to be weird feedback.
Okay, well, I don't think I have. There's no sound right now.
That means it's off. Okay.
What would you like?
Anyway, Rebecca, can you hear my mom?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Mom.
If somebody out there in the live world can hear her mom, could you give us a thumbs up?
I got out already.
I think about already.
I go both, yeah.
All right, so, Mom, since you're doing the Yiddish lesson of the day, since Dad is talking to his accountant, which I said is like
Yasha
Jewish.
Lemon.
I'm talking to my accountant. What is the Yiddish word of the day?
What, the Yiddish word?
Yeah.
Thank you, Deborah.
Is that what you said?
Yes, the Yiddish. Mom, you know me. I'm calling you.
My grandmother used to call me, and I was Shana Madela, which means a pretty girl. But she said Shana Madela, but it's just Shana Madel.
Shana Madel?
That is what I love that term because I remember my grandmother saying Shana Madela. It didn't last very long. Now I'm just a Madel.
Well, first of all, that's ridiculous. You're still a Shana Madel. That might be there might be another word for like somebody who's like an older pretty woman. Like Shana Madel, I feel is kind of like a pretty young maiden or something.
No, there's not.
There's not. What did you say? Didn't you learn what a handsome man is? Like Shana.
For a boy, it was Shana Yingala.
Shana Yingala.
Yingala. But my grandma never said that about my brothers. Even though one of my brothers is very Shana.
Well, I hope the other brother isn't watching right now.
Well, she didn't say which one. She could have been.
She didn't say which one.
They don't know.
Well, listen, we all know which one it is. All right. Well, just click on where it says live, and you can watch the rest.
I am on.
Okay, good.
Now I am on.
Oh, good. All right, good. Anyway, when we hang up, turn your volume on so you can hear us. Thank you, Mom. So the Yiddish word of the day or term is she can't hear.
Shana Madela. Shana Madel. Hi.
Shana Madel. So yeah, Shana Madel, pretty. Shana Plenum is pretty face. So, Mom, you have a Shana Plenum, and I love you. I love you, Shana Plenum.
Stop.
You have a Shana Plenum.
You too.
You have a Shana Plenum, and I have an old Plenum. Stop it.
Oh, stop it. Yeah, Amy, I see where you get it from. I see where you get it from.
According to my beeper, my pre-made mango bread is actually done.
You guys.
So let's take a look.
I'm sorry, I'm busy eating chocolate chips now.
I still have to incorporate my dry ingredients, which again is super messy. And everybody, please do not judge my messy kitchen.
We're
I
judging
did
you.
clean it as best I could for you. Stop it, timer.
We're judging you right now.
Judging.
Judging
So
you
dirty.
out loud
All
to your
right,
face.
So here's my pre-made one. See?
Ooh, yeah,
I just
girl.
made this. I'm gonna give it like 2 more minutes just to get a little bit browner, but I think it's pretty much done. I don't wanna overcook it because then it doesn't have that nice soft underdone middle. So Rebecca, tell me when the minute is up.
Oh, jeez. All right, so I just added my chocolate chips. I'm gonna zhuzh it real quick.
All right, I'm gonna start adding my dry ingredients to my wet, and this is like the easiest thing ever. You can see I have this just doing it earlier, but it's also hard to do while holding the camera. So let me figure this out. Look at that.
What happened?
Look, it's like a TV
can't-
studio. I've got an aerial.
Oh, look at you. You're so fancy.
right?
Can you see
Otherwise, we'll have like the LeBron James, flower cloud situation.
LeBron James flower crap.
You know when he like takes the flower and he like slaps it in his hands?
No.
That's not a wise thing to do these days because like there is no flour in the stores. Have you noticed this?
Oh my God, yes. Believe me, I've
Apparently
noticed.
everybody's baking bread.
Because they went to Costco and they bought a 75-pound bag of flour.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Hold on, let me speed this up to incorporate what I've already put in. Okay, putting a little more. Trying not to do too much at one time. I am going to take my other mandel bread out because I don't want it to overcook.
Oh yeah, the minute's up.
Yeah, I figured.
All right, guys, I'm putting my mandel bread dough onto the baking rack, onto my baking sheet. I'm not doing this beautifully. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done.
Okay. I did the test with the toothpick.
And?
It's good.
Hallelujah.
So one is done.
Yeah, you're gonna have mandel bread for days. How are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to show you how to cut it. All right, so I'm adding a little more of my. Still working on my wet mix. Here's Kaya. Kaya's joining the party. Here she is. She doesn't really help much. She
No,
just sits there and
I
gets-
would say that once again, these are kind of rustic.
What's rustic?
Like the mandel bread.
Are you shaping yours now?
Yeah.
I want to see how you shape yours, but I can't see you.
Hold on. Like I said, I'll show you when I'm done.
Can you put yourself on your screen now so I can see what you're doing?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I'm turning Amy around. She wants to see. I'm gonna put myself back on.
Hi, there you are.
It looks like this.
Does that mean that my butt's going to be on camera or it's still being front? Oh, okay, so you do go rustic on yours.
I do.
Mine are essentially the same shape, but I kind of form it. You'll see, I use a little knife and I kind of shape it like a loaf.
Yeah, once I get all this stuff on there, I will.
LeBron James. Look,
Oh, LeBron James, what are you doing?
look, I have a splash of some flour.
You are throwing it around like it's free, Amy.
And now look at this mess I'm making. Like, there you go.
I think I have dogs.
All right, I'm gonna speed this up to really let it go. So it's gonna be kind of noisy.
Let it rip, Amy.
Let her rip, tater chip.
I feel like we should sing Dianu.
All right.
I don't know all the words. My mother-in-law does.
I just remember it starts like Ilu Hotzi Hotzi
Anu,
Hotzi Anu Mitzrayim Hotzi Anu Mitzrayim Dianu. Everybody,
Dianu. And there's clapping. Dianu. 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 Dianu.
And there's my dog singing too.
And your dogs have joined in.
I think that it's Ilu Natan Latan
Lanu, natan, lanu.
Maybe that's Hashabat Natan Lanu and Tashabat
Dianu. Yep.
For the good Jews out there, don't judge.
Oh God.
Doing
Please,
my
our
best.
pronunciation is wrong.
Oh no, my pronunciation's spot on, girl.
Yeah?
But people keep calling me. Pete is calling. Hold on, let me ask you.
Pete's
Pete,
calling?
I'm recording right now.
Pete, we're busy. Okay.
Okay, bye.
So this is
Jeez.
it. These are
And my
mine.
husband doesn't realize that I'm live right now.
They look like loaves of yumminess, and I'm putting them in the oven. 375, and it takes about 25 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah, girl.
Again, so different.
Now I'm gonna sit here and eat dough while you do yours.
Mine takes like 40 to 45 minutes.
What?
Yeah. I'm putting in my chocolate chips. Oh, here's the secret of mine. I did put it in the recipe. So, the original recipe that we worked from in my family says 6 ounces of chocolate chips. No,
No,
that's crazy.
that is crazy.
You gotta do the whole 12 ounces. So that might be what differentiates mine from others who've made this recipe. I make it 12 ounces, which is what I put on our page. So if you look at our page for the recipe, chips. I just want to know, I happen to have Glicks everyday chocolate chips that are kosher for Passover.
You're very good. I don't.
I know.
I don't have. I have Glick something else. I have Glick's potato
Did you?
starch, but
Oh.
I don't have. I just have Toll House.
My store, King Cullinan in Hampton Bays, actually has the kosher for Passover chocolate chips.
That's amazing.
I know, which is funny because, you know, like I said, you said that your store, you don't have a lot of Jews where you live. So you said you generally don't have a problem getting kosher for Passover stuff, whereas it's a little bit harder here, although Hampton Bays isn't like super Jewy. So maybe that's why. But Bridgehampton, forget, you probably can't find anything for Passover. Anyway, or Cinderella for that matter. That's where all the Jews go.
True.
All right, I'm mixing mine with my chocolate chips. Slowly at first. So just incorporating all the chocolate chips in. Oopsie. I see your light.
You see my light?
Yeah.
Where? Oh, is it a reflection?
Oh.
Oh, I see what's going on. Hold on.
You can go pausing your things.
There.
All right, just mixing in the chocolate chips. Almost done. Almost done.
Amy is almost done. See, now, if it was me, mine's in there, I'd be washing all the dishes. I would be done already.
Well, I already made one.
Amy is, of course, making the fanciest version she can.
But you know what? It's actually super fast. I did the first one that I did in preparation for this episode in like, I prepared it in like 10 minutes. Not even. Like, it was super fast. But this time, you know, we're gabbing.
As we do.
You know, we're calling my mom.
I have to say, we always talk far more than we ever actually cook anything.
Yeah, which apparently people like.
As they should.
And then, you know, some keep saying, oh, you need to sing more, which, you know, we did a little of that, but I can't remember any other songs. Did any of our listeners or watchers actually recommend any other songs? Is anybody watching?
Yes, there are people watching. And I haven't seen any song recommendations. I'm even trying to think. Isn't it like, go down, Moses, way down to Egypt land.
Oh, yeah.
Let my people go.
Go.
People know that one from Ferris Bueller's, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
When Cameron sang it while he was dying in bed of the flu.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, old enough to know that.
I'm just putting my camera back in its place. Okay, because I want to show you. Actually, you know what? I need a higher vantage point to show
I wonder
how
if I
I
could
do the
move the camera now. Because I'm done. I'm moving
You're
you back.
done?
I'm moving you back, and then I'm going to try
We're
moving the
not
camera.
doing too bad. We're almost at an hour.
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
45 minutes, which is kind of like, I don't want to go much past that, you know. I'm having a hard time with this camera.
There we go.
Never mind, I'll just do this. Okay, so
I'm going to bring Amy here.
I just want to show you how I've shaped my model.
Show me.
Okay, so, alright, I have a non-stick pan, non-stick cookie sheet, so I don't put anything on it. I just kind of slap it down in two piles like you did. Mine's definitely thicker than yours, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the walnuts make it so it's not so thick.
But I like it thick, because that's what makes it really dense and delicious. So, I'm not going to do a whole, so I'm just going to do this quickly to show you.
Trying to get
I'll
it.
just do, since I already have one done, but let's say this is a whole one here. So you plop a bunch down, make sure you split it evenly between two, because this does make two loaves, just like Rebecca's did. I take my little knife and I shape mine into a kind of a loafy shape. Is that a technical term, a loafy shape?
A loafy shape, yes.
Loafy shape. Some people have a loafy shape, and I feel bad for them.
Well, I do now too. Thanks for pointing it out.
You have a loafy shape now?
No, I said thanks for pointing it out.
What? I meant your physique.
That's what I mean. If you have a loafy shape.
You don't have a loafy shape. What are you talking about?
Well, I didn't ever think about it, but now I will, and I feel bad for the people who have it.
All right. You crazy.
Peekaboo! I see you. I'm like
All right,
peeking out
so
from
that's
behind.
the shape of my loaf. I haven't done this one yet. Disregard that one. And then, did you put cinnamon sugar on top of yours?
No, not yet.
What? You do it at the end?
Yeah.
Before you cook it?
I'll open it up in the middle.
Oh, again, I don't get it. All right, I put a lot of cinnamon sugar on. I really kind of just totally overloaded. So cinnamon sugar. I don't have a specific ratio. I just eyeball it as far as how much cinnamon versus sugar I do. But I put a lot on.
Why
See
not?
that? It's totally covered in cinnamon sugar.
I'm trying to.
See that?
Wait,
Okay.
no, hold on, they can't.
I'm going to put it closer. All right, so
Wait.
there it is. Can you see it?
I'm trying to get it there. There
it
we
is.
go.
So it's shaped, I shaped it nicely like a loaf, like an egg, kind of. And I put a bunch of cinnamon sugar on it. Mine goes into the oven at 350. Ooh, I spit. For like 40 to 45 minutes. Check it at 40 minutes. And if it's kind of brown, but not, you don't want it to be dark because that would ruin it. Let's see, I can handle this. Get out of there, Kaya. So here's my completed one. I'm going to put this on the cookie sheet. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put it on the cookie sheet.
Do.
I mean, not the cookie sheet, on the cooling
Cutting
rack.
board? Oh, okay.
Get out of here. Get out of there, Kaya. All right. So because this is essentially non-stick, it should kind of just come right up, which it is. Oy. On the cooling rack. So yeah, these can. Ooh, it's breaking. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All good.
Well, it also has probably cooled for a little too long. Part of the key of doing this is cutting it before it's cooled all the way.
Yes, and here goes Kaya. She's my cleaner upper. So yeah, you do want to cut it before it gets cool. So I'm going to cut mine now. So I want you to see how I cut it. So let's see. Can you see it? You can, right?
Yes.
Okay. You cut it. So this is done. Cut it down the center, all the way down. This is how I do it. I don't know how you do it, Rebecca, but this is how I do it. Cut it down the center. Ooh. First of all, you can see that it's very moist. Moist. I said moist in the middle. I hate that word, but I said it anyway. So you cut it down the middle, and get out of here, you. And then you just, I'll cut again in half in the center, so that it's kind of even. And then you just go and you make these, biscotti-shaped slices.
Exactly. I tend to do mine on an angle.
Really?
Yes.
Again, we're so very different.
And yet it's almost the same.
And yet so similar.
Exactly.
Okay. So can you see this?
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
You see here is kind of where you can see how it's sort of
Still
a little
doughy.
bit moist.
Yes.
And then it gets a little bit drier. So I can tell it's good, and I'm going to eat it right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Mine's still in the oven. Here, show me you eating it.
Yummy. Have a bite. All right. It's good.
Well, of course it's good, Amy. You cannot go wrong with butter and sugar and any kind of flour, whether it be matzah flour or regular flour. Chocolate chips, yum. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes to all these things.
Yeah.
And we did it.
I don't know. Should we? Where's my drink? Oh yeah. So will you take a picture of yours when it's done?
Yes, and I'll post it.
And hi, Kaya.
And I'll post
And
it
you
with the
post
recipe.
it. Yes. And we were thinking that, during this time when people are kind of looking for entertainment, that we're going to try and go live every Wednesday at 3, right? While we're home. Hi. Hello. Right? Are you
Yes.
cool with that?
Yes, we
Okay.
will do our best.
Yeah, so we don't. Next week maybe we'll do something like matzo brie or something because it'll still be Passover. Passover starts Friday.
I have to look. I'm not sure.
I don't even know.
I have to look it up. And all of the things that I would use to look it up are being used.
I can't look because I've got too many things going. But but yes, Passover starts this week.
But like
it goes for eight nights.
Mm-hmm.
And so technically we're supposed to not eat anything leavened, meaning no bread, but you can eat matzah. So, like I said, maybe next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we could try something like matzo brie, which is a delicious sort of breakfast or any meal delicacy of
My
just
children.
matzah, eggs.
And what do you eat your matzo brie with? What do you put on it?
I like my matzo brie. Hey, get down. Come here. I like my matzo brie with either maple syrup
Yes.
or cinnamon sugar.
Oh, see, we do ours with jelly.
I've done that too, and that's good too.
I
There's
like
so
jelly.
many options.
I know. You can't go wrong.
Tell us how you take your matzo brie, everybody.
Yeah,
But
tell
we are
us.
gonna wrap this up.
We are wrapping this up.
So, do you have anything else to say for our special episode 6 Mondo Bread Bake Off that we didn't get to actually do in person?
I am
and taste
so
each other's?
sorry I did not get to eat yours because they look amazing.
Well, I got 4 loaves, so maybe I'll freeze one.
Yes, and I love mandel bread. Whether you
Me
make it,
too.
like I said, for Passover or not, it's really a treat, and it's a great thing to bring to parties. People at parties love it because you could just grab it. It's kind of like a cookie, but a little bit different, and it's fun.
My coworkers know that they all like, because I always bring it for them. So sorry to my coworkers now who aren't going to get it unless we get back to work in the office soon. But my former coworkers, Erica and Kendra and Nina and Britt and all kinds of people, they've all had my mom, Jennifer. So they can attest to it being good. I even used to sell it every now and then.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, but I don't have a health department license. Don't tell. Anyway, all right, well, hey, everybody got to see my kitchen today. I tidied it up for you, but here's my kitchen. I put some flowers in for you.
You're so fancy.
I know. I am fancy. I feel like we do that song every time.
Well, because we
All
are.
right. Whoop, I'm crooked.
All right.
All right, well, I'm going to go sit on the couch with my dog Mel
Yeah, girl.
and say goodbye.
I'm gonna check in on my cookies.
Say hi, Mel. Hey, Mel. All right. Well, good to see you, Rebecca.
It was nice
Sorry
to
we're not
see you.
together.
I know. I miss you, Amy.
And miss you too.
But stay safe.
Thank you
Stay
all. I'm
healthy.
glad you're healthy now.
Yes, me too.
Thank you all for tuning in and come back next Wednesday at 3 o'clock for matzo brie or something like that. Right?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Bye.